And joining us now is Ryan Miller, Executive Director of Accelerate Mississippi. We're here, of course, for the Mississippi Construction Education Foundation Skills Competition. Ryan, good to see you again, sir.
It's good to be back. Thanks, Gerard.
So it's impressive to watch these youngsters that work in there in the big open area in the Trademart. And first, what a great facility this is for these kinds of events. We're so blessed to have it.
Well, and it's centrally located where I think people can come and really kind of get their eyes on what these students can do. And it's a beautiful day. If you're not here, you should be. Get on down to the Trademart so you can see what these students are doing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is totally awesome. So tell us how your organization, Accelerate Mississippi, how do you work with the Construction Education Foundation, Department of Ed, and so forth in this effort?
Well, obviously, great collaborators, and I want to give a shout out to MCEF. I think they've done a tremendous job in promoting this. And I remember from this year from last year to this year, just seeing that there's an increase in student activity and participation. And so I want to give them kudos. This is an amazing thing to see students at multiple stages in their educational pathways get to learn about the pathways available to them, and certainly get to try their hand at some competition. I think it's fantastic. So we work with MCEF. They're a partner of ours. We recognize the trades and the industries that those represent are incredible opportunities for people to have careers, meaningful careers, where they make great money, and more importantly, their value to their community in so many different ways.
Yeah, it is totally amazing. And I think what it also illustrates, as you and I have talked about so many times, is there are a lot of opportunities post-high school other than just the traditional 4-year college route, 2-year college route. We desperately need labor in the trades. You can do quite well for yourself.
You can. In fact, I would say, these young people you see coming around here that are involved in the competition, these are community heroes in many ways, because so often we take for granted the services that these industries represent, and you need servant-hearted people who can give their time and certainly their expertise and training to make sure that our communities are up and running, or safe, or have the lights on, the heat and air working, the plumbing working. And so, I can't say enough about the young people that we see here today, but there's no question that the paths that these industry sectors represent are limitless to these young people. And I think that we need to do more as a state to highlight these paths, get more students exposed to the opportunities and the different paths. And some of those lead directly into industry from high school. Some of those lead to community colleges and some workforce training or short-term training. And some of those actually do go to our 4-year colleges. One of the wonderful things I enjoyed seeing in that room, you have industry, community college tables, and even 4-year institutions having their tables set up right next to one another. Students can see the entire spectrum right there, turning in resumes, filling out questionnaires, getting more information. The entire spectrum of opportunity is represented just in that room, and students are taking advantage of it today.
I believe, and I think you share my position here, that anytime we can get the private sector, the public sector, and education together, usually we can produce some good outcome. It's difficult to do, as you know, and then to get them all on the same page.
Well, there's no question. I think any time that you can improve communication, reduce that disconnect between industry and educators, and quite frankly, making sure that students are apprised of those pathways, you're going to see some improvement. And it's not rocket science. It is difficult from year to year, trying to make sure that you improve that connectivity, that galvanizing of those relationships. But events like today in Skills USA, MCEF, these are events where that happens, and you can see it play out right in front of your eyes.
Yeah. It's awesome. So it's my understanding, I don't know how familiar you are with all the various projects they've got going on in the competition, that they're actually, most of what they're building is going to be used, going to be put to productive use.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, you can just walk through in some of the carpentry competitions, some of the, we've seen deer stands, and you've seen, even out on the front here, you can see some of the handiwork of students where they've made unbelievable porch furniture. There's some chicken coops out there. I wish I had chickens. I would actually want to get one of those. Fire pits. But what that represents to me is passion that students have.
Sure.
The training and education they're getting and the expertise that they're able to display here is just second to none.
Well, watching them handle those tools so skillfully You don't think you're looking at a person of that age. This looks like a skilled, experienced person.
Yeah, and you know, so whether it's in the electrician side where they're competing to wiring, and setting wiring and wiring harnesses and boxes they have there, or carpentry, plumbing. I brought my children here last year. My oldest, Shirley Kate, was fascinated with the masonry work, and like she was fixated on this idea of laying brick, and thought this is an amazing thing. But she would have never seen that had we not said this is a priority to bring our kids so they can see the opportunities in front of them. And I think all parents need to understand the opportunity that exists for their children. This is just a wonderful event for them to see it play out in front of them.
No doubt about it. And of course, these private contractors, these construction firms, they're all looking for the future talent. They need it bad.
They do.
Trying to fill out their ranks and make sure they have sufficient staffing to conduct their business.
I was talking back there with a couple of the industries who said that their greatest needs obviously are immediate needs for. They do have some management level that they need that probably will come from a community college program or a 4-year institution, but they absolutely have some of those trades level positions available. It's the whole spectrum, and that's what I think this kind of event, especially that career fair that they're having here within this event today, is just a great opportunity for people to understand the spectrum of the need. It's a desperate need that industry has in Mississippi, and I think MCEF and organizations like that are doing everything they can to fill that need. Yeah,
no doubt about that. So in the Department of Education, you guys work hand in hand with them as well, do you?
We do, and I think as an organization, Accelerate recognizes we're not going to solve every problem by ourselves. In fact, we'll solve very little by ourselves. The real magic here is working with the Department of Education, working with the Community College Board, working with IHL, working with industry, and bringing them all together in a collaborative format. That's the only way we're really going to solve problems that are generational. We might be able to put a Band-Aid on things, but if we're not getting to the root of the matter and we're not doing it in a collaborative fashion, it won't be a long-lasting solution.
Yeah, and certainly not discounting the need for traditional classroom instruction. You and I both went through that, know that very well.
Right.
But is there not something about, Ryan, when you build something physically, where you're involved in producing something physically and you sort of stand back and take it in and reflect on your work, the sense of pride you get, that is so transferable to so many things.
It is, and I think I wish more students had opportunities to do that. Growing up, my older brother and my dad had many opportunities to work on cars together and to work on projects. I was always probably too scatterbrained to actually focus on something like that. But there's no doubt when you see completion in a project that a student has had the opportunity to learn and to apply their skills, there is great pride, and more than that, there's energy and passion to say, now what's the next what's the next thing can I have?
Exactly.
So one of the things that we are excited about, and I think this is a good example of it too, is we have really deployed our career coach program throughout the state of Mississippi to try to help add another layer of teammates to our school systems, to have people that are there to shepherd and guide students that they now have the opportunity to really see all the opportunities and careers in the different industry sectors, and have hands-on learning to increase that pride and increase that passion. And I think you're going to see some great transformative results from programs like that.
And then to be part of a team, to work as a team.
Well, and we always say workforce involves the entire spectrum of education. Pre-K, believe it or not, has application in workforce. Problem solving, conflict resolution. I mean, your little children, when they're playing on a playground and they're fighting over a toy, there's an opportunity to help them learn even there about how to work as a team, how to resolve conflict, how to communicate more effectively. That goes all the way through their educational experience. Even if they're getting a postgraduate, degree, there's a workforce application. And if we're tying all those opportunities together, and we have teammates and resources that are there every step of the way that show them the opportunities, I think Mississippi is going to see some transformative results from it.
We got the legislature in session, as you well know. Anything that you're focused on, or anything you've been working with them on?
Yes. So, in fact, we certainly I brought up career coaches. We had access and authority over $8 million of ARPA funds last year that we were able to deploy roughly 150 career coaches throughout the state of Mississippi.
Right.
That allowed for nearly half of the school districts in the state to have a career coach that's there to be an added teammate to help help communicate with students about opportunities. We're wanting to double that this year, see $16 million be allocated so that every school district that wants a career coach can have access to a career coach.
Gotcha. Gosh, I wish they had that when we were going through.
You and me both, absolutely. Absolutely.
Ryan, good to see you. Appreciate you coming on. Congratulations on all the success, certainly of the event and your involvement with it at Accelerate Mississippi.
Thank you so much, Gerard. My pleasure.
We're taking a break right now. Coming right back in the Element Wealth Studios, which is today at the Mississippi Trademart. Stay with us.